Hi, almost everyone is watching my channel without a subscription. Please support me and subscribe. I release videos every day for you. Story 1. I was raped and I'm having a late-term abortion tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be having an abortion at 23 weeks due to rape. I need to get this off my chest. I feel sick. I had a life forced into my body, and now I am forced to take that life away. I can't tell any friends because they will be disgusted at me for getting a termination this far along. My parents and wider family are strict Catholics who would disown me for abortion full stop, let alone one this far along. I'm in the UK where abortion is legal until 24 weeks. Tomorrow evening, when I get the abortion, I will be 23 weeks exactly. I've had the abortion approved. I have access to therapy. But that doesn't make me feel any better. I don't want to do this because I feel awful taking a life, but at the same time I do want to do this because I need to do this. I don't want this baby. I don't want to have to carry a baby for 4 more months, then raise it when the baby belongs to somebody that did something so evil to me. I can't believe the injustice in this. I had this life forced into me, but have to be the one to take it away, which I feel is evil in itself. I worry about the afterlife, if this even exists. Will the baby forgive me? I'm 27. I have a 5-year-old child from my previous marriage. I also have bipolar. I don't even know the name of the father to this baby. My mental health is so bad after this attack that I had to take sick leave from work, and as a result my income has drastically reduced and I may not be able to return to work after my sick leave, because I'm not stable and I anticipate I will be even more depressed after this procedure. I am managing on government assistance along with my small amount of sick pay and child support from my ex. I couldn't raise another child under these financial circumstances, nor could I function mentally if I was made to carry and raise this baby. The thought of having to do that makes me sick. But so does the termination. I have no choice though. I need to do this for my mental health and for my existing child. The man who did this caught me on my way home from work and asked to use my phone and span a sob story about his had gone missing. It was dark. I didn't know him. I fell for it. I gave him my phone and he began speed walking off with it. The biggest regret I have is running after him to retrieve it and confront him. He didn't want to steal my phone. He wanted me to pursue him to somewhere more private so he could carry out this attack, and that's what he did. It happened in a secluded park at 11 p.m. I had bruises and choke marks all over me. He punched me when I made a sound. In the end, I just submitted to him because I was scared for my life. I wish more than anything that I just let him take my phone and didn't try to pursue him. My phone wasn't worth this at all. After the attack, he just left me there and chucked my phone into bushes. I did report this to the police. The investigation will soon be closed as there are no leads even with the internet evidence. His broken bad English suggests he probably wasn't in the UK for a long time, so may not be on any system, and he may have already fooled. Maybe I should have known better than to pursue a strange man who took my phone. But I'm not very street smart, having grown up and living in a small town that is considered very safe. I also thought until this point that I couldn't handle myself in confrontational situations. Obviously, I can't. I already know the sex. Somebody asked why I left it so late. This wasn't intentional. I haven't had consensual sex for a number of years, so I had no reason to take birth control. I've also got PCOS, which causes irregular periods. It's not abnormal for me to go 5 or more months without a period. I was given Plan B in hospital after, but evidently it did not work. I just assumed it would work. I didn't discover I was pregnant until 2 weeks ago. I was at a routine appointment, and my doctor asked me how long it had been since my last period. I told him months. He asked me to take a pregnancy test, so I did. It was positive. I was referred straight away for a scan, which showed I was 21 weeks pregnant. They even told me the sex, girl. I didn't ask for the sex. The ultrasound tech wasn't aware of my situation. She asked if I was wanting a surprise, and I bluntly just said no, and then she said, it's a girl. I feel awful, but I'm going to feel more awful if I keep this baby. I want it out of me. I feel violated. I hope this baby forgives me in the afterlife, if that exists, and thank you for listening to me. Story 2. Today I found out my wife has had 3 abortions without telling me, and she's going to have her 4th at 21 weeks. I'm completely devastated. My wife and I have been together for 5 years. I always thought she was the most beautiful and sweetest woman I've ever known. I thought that. I believed her. I trusted her, but today at a friend's birthday party I learned that she's not only had 1 abortion, but several without telling me, and I'm heartbroken. I feel so betrayed. She's an old friend from college that we've always gone out with. She stood next to me at my wedding. She's more than a best friend to me, she's family. Her and my wife were always really close. They might as well have been sisters. My friend came to me after the party drunk and crying, telling me about my wife. She apologized for not telling me for so long, and I just felt so numb. I love my friend. I love my wife. But now I know that for the past 3 years, my wife has kept a secret from me this big. I still feel numb writing this out. It doesn't feel real that I could have been the father to 3 kids by now, but I never will. And it hurts so much she never told me. If she told me and we decided this together, it would have been okay. I know it would have worked out. We never really wanted to have kids. I was open to it, but I was never really determined to be a father. But now I know I almost was. I could have been, and part of me feels damaged. I had lost something. I didn't even know I had ever gotten her pregnant before today of the fact she's pregnant right now. I don't even know where to start with this. Right now, she's carrying my child, and again, she wants to have an abortion without telling me. Why would she do this to me? How could she lie to me? I thought we were meant to be married. She knows everything about me. I never kept a word from her, but she lied to me. I feel like I'm falling apart. I can't believe she isn't the woman I thought she was. I don't know what to do from here. I don't think I can survive this or stay with her. I need to leave. This hurts too much. I think I need a divorce and to run away. I can't be with her anymore. Why did you lie to me natally? Edit. Awk. This post got a lot of attention. Awk. I'm very overwhelmed. I did not expect a single person to see this, and now I have over 100 comments and people asking a lot of questions. I've woken up from a brief nap and had something to eat to calm my nerves. I was not thinking very clearly when I first posted this because I was extremely overwhelmed from the accusations my friend had hurled at me, and to be clear, I suffer from anxiety, so it's easy for me to panic and get carried away. Now that I've read a lot of these comments, I feel a little better, at least to the people who were kind. To all the assholes, please just go away. I do not need your opinions. Now, I will clarify some things. 1. How could I have an abortion without me knowing? Me and my wife have a difficult relationship, and there have been many times we would split up and not see each other for 1 or 2 weeks. This has happened many times over the years, so her claims had not only seemed so far-fetched, since if she had been pregnant, when we'd been apart, I could not have known. To add to this is over the course of several years, and it's possible that I am overthinking certain events or actions by her who have been pregnancy symptoms that she explained away as something else. 2. Could my friends be lying? Yes, I am not going to outrule this. If this is true, I'd feel so much better, but I still would be greatly betrayed that she would lie about something this serious to put a rift between me and my wife. I just hope to God it is a lie. 3. If she is 21 weeks, how could she get an abortion? In my country, the limit is past 21 weeks. For privacy, I will not expand on it. 4. If she is so far along, how could I not notice? My wife is plus size. I haven't noticed a particular change in her weight. She's always been quite large since I first met her. 5. Why didn't you use birth control condoms? We always used condoms. My wife cannot take birth control. The symptoms make very incredibly ill. She gets awful mood swings and headaches. So to spare her suffering, we tried to be careful, and for a long time, I thought we were. 6. Is this a lie? God, I want this to be. I feel like I'm at a breaking point. 7. Could she have cheated on me? Yes, but I really don't want to think about that right now. My wife has been staying with her mother for the past few days. Her mother lives in another city, and my wife often goes to visit. This is another way she could have been pregnant and had abortions without me knowing, by going out to another city and being away from me. I will try to talk to my wife and my friend, but right now, I'm actually incredibly glad to be alone. And I will add, I am not against being a father if I got my wife pregnant, but I also would not be against her having an abortion if that is what she wanted. Please do not make assumptions about my life or beliefs. It's the possibility that she lied to me about something so major that rips me to pieces. If she lied to me, I didn't even consider my friend could have been lying to me. She is family to me. I have to talk to someone. When I've gotten everything right in my head, I will. Story 3. My bath, 19 meters. Parents just found out that I, 19F, am pregnant and are trying to convince me to keep a baby, even though we both don't want. Sorry if this is all over the place, I just need to write this out. And sorry for any spelling/grammar mistakes. So I found out 3 days ago I was pregnant even though I'm on birth control and use condoms. The condom broke and I thought I would be fine, but I could tell something was wrong. And so I tested. I'm not even 5 weeks. Since me and my wife don't want this baby, we decided that we wouldn't go through with the pregnancy. Even though we live in a state where abortion is still legal, we decided instead of going to a clinic, we would just get the abortion pills from an online service, since it was cheaper, and I felt like it was the best option for me. Before I go any further, I should mention that his parents are both immigrants from Mexico, and while his dad isn't that religious as mom is, we couldn't have them sent to my house, so we had them sent to his, where his dad opened the package. We were both at work, so I didn't find out about this until he got home, where his mom started crying and screaming, telling him that they would help him take care of the baby, and that he shouldn't do this. They kept saying they want to talk to me about this and make sure my head was in the right place. But from what he said, they talked about me as if I was an animal that didn't have a say, and he was the one that got to make the choice. They said they wouldn't be giving them back to him until he talked with me about our baby, even though he told them we both didn't want it. This went on for hours, and they just kept saying that it was God's plan for us to have this baby, and for them to become grandparents. This all happened last night. They told him that they would give me back the pills if I talked to them first, since it's my choice. But I don't know if I can even trust the pills since they opened them and could have done something to them. I also don't have the money to pay for them again. I might have just talked, and he said that they just want to talk to me and make sure I'm okay. But I know that if I go to talk to them, they will try to make me want to keep it. And the pushover, so even though I don't want this, I feel like his mom and dad getting in my face will make me rethink things because I would feel like I had to keep it for them. After talking to my cousin about this, they told me I'm being selfish and should at least hear them out because they just want to help me and make sure I'm okay. Life is telling me that it's okay and to just go with what would be best for me, but I don't know anymore. Story 4. I tried to seduce my mom's boyfriend. Please don't judge, I just want to get this off my chest. My dad was in and out of prison, my mom was always working, and she never had time to spare for me. And when she got her boyfriend and he moved in, he was so nice to me. He paid for track and field and archery when my mom said no. When my mom shouted at me, he took me on drives to make me feel better and told me stories about himself. He told me that when he gets a raise, he will actually pay for therapy for me because I mentioned the other day. My mom was so against the idea of therapy. She thought it was a waste of money, that I felt like I needed it. I thought he liked me because he was doing all this stuff for me, so I would wear provocative clothes, but he never really noticed. So I thought if I offered it straight up, he would take it. I entered his room wearing less than nothing, told him I liked him, and offered sex. He told me to get out. The next day, I came back from school and was gone. He left me $400 under my pillow and left me a letter that said that I should invest in my hobbies and that he wished me happiness. Now I am 19 and I realize how disgusting it was for me to be begging to be groomed and driving away the one person who actually gave us asterisk. Update. I just wanted to say thank you for being so nice. I really didn't expect it. I did get some people calling me disgusting, but the amount of love definitely outweighed the hate. I thought a lot about what some of you guys said, and I did find him on Instagram. He is married with a 2-year-old. I didn't think it would be a good idea to disrupt his peace, so I wrote an apology and thank you letter and decided to burn it instead. I know it's not the same, but I just don't want to remind him of a part of his life that wasn't so great because he and my mom and him fought 24/7. Plus he had to take on childcare for a child that wasn't even his. I am not in therapy yet because I am doing nursing prerequisites at a community college and working full-time to afford a nursing program. Unfortunately, my mom doesn't pay taxes, so I wasn't eligible for financial aid, and my dad is just an overall bum. I forgive my mom for not really taking care of me. She was a single mom with no support and was unaware of her resources. Although we don't talk as much now that I moved out, because the rent she was charging me was not worth it in my opinion. I do hope we can repair our relationship at some point. As for my dad, he will never change. He's just filled with empty promises. Just the day before yesterday, I was feeling extremely ashamed as I reflected on my life. As I have recently took up journaling, and now I realize that I can't punish myself for something I did when I was a child. I made a mistake, and I have learned from it. Do not forget to subscribe and leave comments. Videos are released every day.